The universe is a hostile desert that permanently isolates every living civilization. Alien travelers will never set foot on Earth. The physical laws of our cosmos form an unbreakable cosmic quarantine. For decades, sci-fi movies have lied to us about interstellar travel. They make crossing the galaxy look as simple as driving down a highway. The reality is terrifyingly quiet. The vast emptiness between stars is not just distance. It is an active, lethal barrier that destroys matter and dilutes energy. Even a civilization a million years more advanced than humanity cannot bypass the fundamental limits of space-time. They are trapped in their corner of the night sky just as we are trapped in ours. The closer we look at the math, the more certain the nightmare becomes. The journey is truly impossible. To understand this isolation, we must look at the actual scale of the void. Our nearest neighboring star system is Alpha Centauri. It sits roughly 40 trillion kilometers away from our planet. If Earth were the size of a tiny sand grain, this neighbor would sit over 30 kilometers away. The entire space between would contain absolutely nothing. Our fastest human spacecraft would take over 70,000 years to cross that single gap. The Milky Way galaxy spans 100,000 light years from edge to edge. It contains over 100 billion stars, yet the average distance between any two star systems is around 5 light years. This means cosmic civilizations are tiny islands separated by oceans of nothingness. This immense scale introduces our very first physical barrier to entry. The supreme ruler of the cosmos is the speed of light. It represents an absolute cosmic speed limit of 300,000 kilometers per second. Einstein proved that nothing possessing mass can ever reach or exceed this velocity. As any alien spacecraft accelerates closer to this limit, its mass approaches infinity. Accelerating that infinite mass requires an infinite amount of energy. The entire energy output of a galaxy would not suffice to push a single physical ship past this barrier. Even traveling at 99% the speed of light presents fatal consequences. At that velocity, time dilutes significantly for the travelers inside. Decades pass on their home planet while they experience mere days. A return trip becomes a journey into a distant future where everyone they knew is dead. Even if an alien ship achieves near light speed, the void itself becomes a weapon. Space is not completely empty. It contains a thin mist of hydrogen gas atoms. At normal speeds, this gas is entirely harmless. But at relativistic speeds, these stationary atoms turn into a deadly laser beam. The kinetic energy transforms ordinary interstellar hydrogen into high-energy cosmic radiation. The latest research confirms that hitting these atoms would instantly vaporize any known material shield. Every second of flight would blast the ship with 10,000 sieverts of lethal radiation. For perspective, a dose of just 6 sieverts is completely fatal to human tissue. No biological organism or complex electronic system could survive the intense, continuous bombardment of this invisible cosmic wall. Interstellar travel possesses an even darker secret that most people completely ignore. Space contains millions of microscopic dust grains. We usually think of space dust as harmless smoke floating in the dark. That assumption is a fatal error. At relativistic speeds, a dust grain weighing less than a single milligram strikes with the impact of a nuclear bomb. The collision instantly releases massive amounts of kinetic energy, melting the ship hull. No material in the universe can withstand a kinetic impact at 200,000 kilometers per second. To survive, an alien craft would need magnetic shields thousands of kilometers wide. Generating such fields requires power grids larger than entire planets. The very medium of space ensures that speed equals instant self-destruction. Imagine firing a regular bullet through a dense, raging sandstorm. The bullet would be chipped away and deflected before traveling a fraction of its course. Now, scale that bullet up to a massive spacecraft. Scale the sandstorm up to the trillions of rogue particles waiting in the dark void. Sending a physical vessel across the galaxy is like trying to sail a wooden boat through a continuous explosion. Human bodies suffer bone loss and muscle decay after just a few months in Earth orbit. An alien biological form would face deep space for hundreds of consecutive generations. They would evolve, mutate, and likely perish long before seeing our sun. The sheer hostility of reality keeps every species safely locked inside its own cradle. The urgency of this terrifying reality just became much clearer. Scientists recently analyzed data regarding the longevity of advanced cosmic technological signatures. The latest models show that civilizations likely destroy themselves before mastering interstellar flight. The technological window required to build planet-sized engines is exceptionally narrow. Radio telescopes have scanned thousands of nearby stars for deliberate signals. They found absolutely nothing but dead silence. What scientists just confirmed is that the lifetime of a technological species might be far too brief. The time it takes to travel between stars exceeds the lifespan of the civilization itself. By the time an alien explorer reaches a distant world, their home planet has already turned to ash. We are looking for ghosts. But there is one final reality that completely shatters our hopes of contact. The universe is actively expanding at an accelerating rate. This expansion does not just move galaxies away from each other, it increases the physical distance between stars over vast cosmic timescales.
Every single second, the reachable volume of our universe shrinks significantly. The expansion of space creates a cosmic horizon that is rushing away from us. If an alien civilization did not launch their ships millions of years ago, they missed their chance forever. The space between our galaxy and others is widening faster than light can travel across it. The window for cosmic contact is not opening. It is actively slamming shut right in front of our eyes.
This realization shifts our entire understanding of human existence. It means the terrifying silence of the night sky is our permanent reality. We often comfort ourselves with the thought that someone will eventually come to save us.
We imagine advanced beings solving our climate, energy, and survival crises. This script reveals that salvation is never coming from the stars. Humanity is completely on its own in a cold, indifferent cosmos. If we ruin our planet, there is no backup world waiting for us. The unbreakable isolation of space forces us to look inward. Every war we fight and every resource we waste happens on a lonely island. Our survival depends entirely on what we do here.
A profound cosmic paradox sits at the heart of our search for life. We have built telescopes capable of looking back to the dawn of time. We can analyze the chemical composition of atmospheres on worlds trillion miles away. Yet we cannot cross the tiny backyard of our own solar system. This is the supreme irony of intelligence. We can see the entire universe, but we are forbidden from touching it. The cosmos allows us to observe its beauty while denying us the ability to escape our cage. This restriction humbles our greatest scientific achievements. It proves that despite our immense pride, we are ultimately bound by physics. The universe commands our total submission to its laws.
This leaves us confronting a deeply unsettling question about the nature of consciousness. Are we all doomed to dream of the stars while trapped on separate, isolated islands forever? Imagine billions of civilizations waking up, looking out into the dark, and dying alone. Is the universe a grand design of intentional solitude, or are we just a cosmic accident? We may never know if someone else is out there asking these exact same questions. The silence of the night sky does not mean nobody is listening. It simply means the distance is far too great to ever speak. The absolute laws of physics ensure that humanity and alien minds will remain forever apart. Our cosmic isolation is a permanent reality we must learn to accept. If this made you think, the video we made on the terrifying reality of the James Webb discoveries will take everything you just heard and scale it by a factor that will stop you cold. We unravel mysteries that define our place in this vast, silent universe. To join our journey through the deep cosmos, consider subscribing to the channel. Together, we will continue looking into the dark.